What's going on, YouTube? REE-ZON Reezonoticz coming at you once again. I'm doing my Microsoft 2013 E3 conference review. I did this a couple days ago, man, when I saw the conference on the first day, but the issue was I don't know if the data was corrupted or the video was too long or something like that, so it couldn't upload. So here it is, better late than never, my review on Microsoft's 2013 E3 press conference. First of all, I gotta say, they came out the gates talking about the 360. Something that Sony did also in their conference, and you'll see that on my Sony video when I upload it. But or for those of you who already saw the conference, but they came out talking about the Xbox 360. One really stupid move that I see it as pointless is they redesigned the Xbox 360 console yet again, and they did this using the exact same design as the Xbox One, which is their new generation console. And they said that it was for continuity, to make it fit better into the Xbox family, yada yada yada. To me, I think it's a very stupid design move, or not design move, sorry, marketing move, because you've already redesigned the system 20 some odd times throughout its life cycle. You don't need to redesign it anymore. The main issue you had with it all those years was the red ring of death, and you finally, conveniently, figured it out, 3 years in or something like that, once you did the Slim, I think it was. So that's that's just pointless. And then also, I want to see how many reviewers, how many experts out there who claim to be unbiased, when a lot of them I say have a bias towards Nintendo. They gave Nintendo so much flack for their dropping the ball marketing the Wii U, which they did. And there was a lot of confusion on the Wii U as far as, is it a new system? Is it an upgrade to the Wii? Is it a controller for the Wii? Is it a handheld system? Alright, so I want to see if they get on Microsoft for this, because a lot of people are going to be confused. A lot of people are going to go buy the new system, and when the Xbox 360 looks exactly like the new system, it's kind of a stupid move. So I want to see how much heat they get for that, if any. But it was a stupid move. And it was available. This new Xbox 360 is available since that day. Since the day they announced it, it became available. So it's for purchase. They also announced, I think, 3 games or so that were coming out on the 360. I'm not really going to concentrate too much on that. I will say Dark Souls 2 was one of them. We all knew that was coming eventually, and so here it is. But I'm not really going to focus too much on 360, because what everybody wanted to see was Xbox One. So here we come. Here we go. They started talking about Xbox One. This is no particular order. I'm just going to list the games that they talked about, that they displayed or revealed. I'm going to talk a little bit about them, give you my impressions, and then, at the end, come up with a basic review score like we always do. So let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, they talked about Forza Motorsport 5, which looks like your typical beautiful racing simulator. Nothing special here. It's funny because in watching this conference, I realized one of the reasons Nintendo opted to not have a conference is to not spend useless dollars on pageantry and BS. And Microsoft has so much money, and it was evident in the way they spent their money in useless ways with this particular presentation. They actually had one of the only 2 in the entire world McLaren P1s. There's only 2 of these cars in the entire world at this point. They had one of them on their stage for the presentation of this game. For what? Nobody got to get near the car. Nobody got to take pictures with the car. Nobody got to ride the car. They didn't use it at all in the demonstration. It was just on stage for some reason. And so they had the developer come out and talk about the game and how, different features of it. I will say this. It has a new thing called Drivatar, where it's kind of like each player has their own Drivatar, and the Drivatar goes studying and basically accumulating the data of how you play and how you take corners and how you use this car and that car and how you drive, so that when you're not playing, your Drivatar goes online and plays other people. The goal of this was to do away with AI and make everything more human, more real. That's cool. If they can deliver on that, that's cool. But they were touting it like it was some revolutionary new thing, and at the end of the day, all it really is ghost data. And we've been able to race ghost data since the days of Xbox One, Xbox Original, PS2, and GameCube. So it's not really anything special there. And the game, graphically it looks beautiful, but again, it's just, like I said, you're gonna hear me say this a lot through this video. It's just marginal upgrades graphically over what we've had over the last 5 or 6 years, and it's not that much better. It's better graphically, but it's not like, oh my God, this is the reason I have to have this console. The graphics don't get much better than they are right now. So next, they had a trailer that kind of shocked me, because I always looked at this as being a Sony exclusive property. At least it was for some time. And that's Metal Gear Solid. They had a trailer, which was an epic trailer. I must say it was a very impressive trailer. Not just graphically, because the graphics were beautiful, but like I said, just slightly better than what we have now. But it was just the overall scheme of things. Metal Gear Solid finally going open world. That's a big plus, because I can't stand the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Aside from the original on PlayStation 1 that I played and it was fun, whatever. As they kept going, to me, they just became some of the worst games. I'm sorry, in my opinion. Metal Gear Solid 4 came with my PS3, and it's only because I'm a collector that I still have it there, because I hated that piece of garbage from day one. But either way, this one looks interesting. A lot of open world, a vast open world, realistic passage of time, different stealth tactics that they didn't have before in the games, beautiful graphics, and it just looks like a game that I would be interested in playing. So that was a definite plus for Microsoft, and to see that debut trailer for the first time ever on Microsoft instead of on Sony, that was a big thing. So that was pretty cool. And they introduced a game called Rise, Son of Rome. This game looks badass. This I was very impressed with. I think it's kind of like their answer to God of War and games of that nature. And it looked beautiful. Stunning graphics. It's not open world, but the levels are very huge and expansive from the gameplay that we saw. Very realistic combat. The combat plays a lot like Assassin's Creed and Batman, Arkham City, you know, that type of combat system, but a lot more blood and gore. You know, it's in the Roman times. You're a general in the Roman army, and you're going to war with the barbarians, and I don't know who else. And it's a very beautiful game, and I think it's a solid exclusive. I see that being a hit, so that was very, very well done by Microsoft. Then there was a point in the conference, which was my favorite point, because it was just poetic justice. It was just exactly what should happen to these lying-ass motherfuckers. EA and DICE come on stage, and they want to present Battlefield 4. And when they go to do their presentation of Battlefield 4, they have the trailer up. It fails completely. The trailer doesn't want to play. The guy on stage looks like an asshole, doesn't know what to do with himself. They try to run it a couple more times. It continues to fail. And rumor has it, I don't know if it's true, but rumor has it the reason it failed is the Xbox One overheated backstage during this. So that's not good if that's true. But anyways, we don't know if that's true. All we know is that EA ended up looking like a bunch of stupid motherfuckers, which I love. So then the guy's like, oh, okay, we're going to see it later. Oh no, we're going to see it now. Later? Now. Oh, okay, we're gonna see it now. Finally, it played. So I love when you talk so much shit about Nintendo, and then look at you on one of the biggest stages of all. You look retarded. You know what I'm saying? Then they show the game, and the game is not impressive at all. Battlefield 4 is not impressive at all, and I say that unbiasedly. I was looking at it, and I was comparing it somewhat to, you know, the look of it and how it moves and plays to Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and what we're probably gonna see from Call of Duty Ghosts. Not impressive. The graphics look exactly like what we have today. No real upgrade at all whatsoever there. And so, you know, it was just unimpressive. First-person shooter, typical garbage. That's that. Then we also had a trailer. And again, I'm not going in any specific order. I'm just telling you what I have on my list. This was all out of order. I'm just telling you what they had. Then we had a nice, beautiful-looking trailer, which ended up being the reveal of a new Halo game. I'm not a Halo fan. I don't really care for that franchise, and it just looks like I mean, there's no gameplay, so I can't say it looks like it's going to be more of the same, but when has a Halo game not been more of the same? But the trailer was gorgeous, and you know, it revealed Halo for the Halo fans. Hey, good for you, man. That's a good exclusive for Microsoft to continue to push. Then they had another game called Sunset Overdrive. This game was very interesting. I love the art style and the graphical look of the game. It's kind of a cel-shaded comic book type look, but very clean. And it has to deal. It's like a third-person action shooter, with a lot of wall crawling and building scaling and freestyle jumping, kind of like Mirror's Edge meets Assassin's Creed with a gun, basically. And it was really cool. It was really an interesting looking game. I thought that was a solid game to have. I'm definitely interested in playing that. And then they had an exclusive that really pissed me off and pissed off a lot of fans, but it's good for them. And that is Dead Rising 3. This game looks epic, man. The graphics are gorgeous. Vast open world with no loading times. Hundreds of zombies on the screen at the same time, all chasing you and doing different things. Amazing weapon combinations that you can forge. Just a great, great exclusive for them to have. You know, that's no joke. I can't even lie about that. I'm ass hurt about that because I wanted that on my Wii U or on PS4 at least, so because I'm not gonna get an Xbox One. But yeah, man, awesome job there revealing that. That was great. Then they had this was my favorite part of the conference as far as games. They had a game called Project Spark. This was innovative. And that's the only time I've ever been able to say that about Microsoft. This was innovative. It was awesome. It's a game that basically allows you to create your own games and your own worlds and your own characters and assign AI and everything to them and then upload that. And people can download what you created and build upon it and send it back to you and all that. And it's just, it was just amazing. If you haven't seen the trailer, you got to see what Project Spark is all about. That was a very, very big feather in Microsoft's cap that day. Next. Had a game called Crimson Dragon, which was from the makers of Panzer Dragoon, and it looks exactly like a Panzer Dragoon spiritual successor. Only problems when they showed this trailer, more technical difficulties, no sound whatsoever. But the game looks very interesting and fun. You know, it's a decent game. It looks like something I would play. You know, at least give it a try. They had the return of an old school fighting franchise as a day one digital download exclusive to Xbox One. Killer Instinct is back. That was very cool to see. Doesn't look anything like anything that can't be done with ease on the 360 or PS3. But, you know, it's exclusive to them, and it was good to see Killer Instinct back in the limelight. Then they have more footage on Quantum Break. This game, I think, is going to fail miserably. It's exclusive. They're trying to mix basically watching a television show with gameplay, and the gameplay affects how the show turns out, and then how you watch the show will affect how you play later. My problem with that is that sounds like every single Sega CD game that ever was made for that system, and we know how bad that failed. People don't want to sit there and watch the game. They want to play the game. So, you know, that wasn't very impressive at all. Graphically, it was very nice, but other than that, nothing real interesting there. And then they had a game called Titanfall, which was a first-person shooter, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a couple of days, so I don't really remember. It looked unique as a first-person shooter, different from most first-person shooters, so that was refreshing. But I really can't tell you much about it because I'm sorry, I just don't really remember. But I do remember that I was somewhat like impressed with it, so that was good. And that's about it. That's about all they showed. All in all, as a conference, I would give it a 7.5 to an 8. I think they did a very good job. I think they showed a lot of exclusives. I think they showed a lot of content, a lot of good games for their system. However, this is my problem. Let me, before I give you the rest of the review score, this is my big problem. They revealed the price. Microsoft, who the fuck you fooling? $500? Who's gonna pay $500, dude? PS3 came out years ago, last generation, with a $600 price tag, and nobody bought that bitch at launch with that price. Everybody waited till it dropped. I mean, yeah, you have a better chance because you have a lot more games coming out at launch, but nobody's gonna pay $500 in this economy for that system. On top of that, you have the fact that you completely disregarded the concerns about always online connection, having to check in every 24 hours with the console, like it owns you, like you're on curfew with this console. And also blocking the used games, having to charge a fee for anyone who wants to play the game, a used game. These are things that are going to loom over Microsoft's head no matter how powerful the system is, no matter how many games they promote that they're coming out with. These looming clouds over their head are going to just, I think they're going to kill that system. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even address it. And this is E3, right before launch. So this is when you address and you deny rumors and you confirm facts. And they did not deny this. So by not denying it, by not even addressing it, they answered everybody's question without saying anything. Everybody knows that those are things that are going to be part of this system. And what self-respecting gamer, in my opinion, is going to freaking tolerate a system telling them that they can't play used games unless they pay? It's going to tolerate a system basically forcing them to always be online and check in every 24 hours. And it's going to pay $500 on top of that for that garbage. I'm sorry. That's going to destroy the console to me. But as far as a conference goes, I give it a solid 7.5 to an 8. Very good conference. A lot of content shown. But like I said, man, those things that I've mentioned about the system, the price, always online, having to check in, not being able to play used games unless you pay a fee, that's not going to cut it, man. That's not going to cut it. If they don't drop that, system ain't going to do well. I don't think so. So, you know, as far as a conference, like I said, very solid. As far as a console going forward, I think it shot itself in the face before it even started competing, because once they did not deny that, and basically confirmed it without saying anything, I think a lot of gamers are looking at them like, who the fuck you think you are? You're going to tell me what I can and can't play? You're going to tell me that I have to be online? You're going to tell me when to check in? I don't want my system telling me anything. I don't want my system making me do anything. I want my system only to do the things that I tell it to do, or the things I set it up to do. I don't want it, quote unquote, getting to know me and downloading stuff for me because it looks like it's part of my interest. What if I didn't want to download it for a reason? What if I wanted to save space? What if I wanted, you know, whatever? I don't want my system doing anything that I don't make it do. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take. I think a lot of gamers are pissed off about that. And I'm looking at all the reactions online over the last all three conferences, Nintendo, Sony, well, Nintendo Direct, and then Sony and Microsoft's conferences. I'm seeing a lot of hate thrown at Sony and a lot of hate, the most hate thrown at Microsoft. I'm not seeing much negative reactions about Nintendo's Nintendo Direct. I'm actually seeing a lot of praise because they kept it simple. They said, look, man, it's all about the games, and here we come with the games. So either way, man, Microsoft, I think 7.5 or 8 for the conference. Solid conference. I think the console's in trouble going forward with those factors that I mentioned. Stay tuned. I'm going to put up my PlayStation 3 video. If not today, maybe tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Check out my Nintendo Direct E3 2013 video. Comment, subscribe, holler at me. Let me know what's up. Let me know what you think. God bless y'all. Peace.